What if the devil never had to lie to destroy you? What if all he needed was to show you something shiny and let your own greed do the rest? Today I'm going to read you a parable from my book, Last Genius Before Collapse. It's short, it's ancient in feeling, and by the end of it, you're going to question every transaction you've ever made. Every time you gave more than asked and still woke up with nothing. The devil came one day to a village. He was hungry, or at least he said he asked for food. The villagers, knowing exactly who stood at their door, refused. Of course they did. But then he showed them the riches of the world, and something shifted. The same people who feared the devil began to serve him. They gave him food, then they gave him more, then more than he even asked for, 3 times what he needed. That night, every villager slept famished, not because the devil stole from them, but because they gave willingly to someone they knew was evil the moment he flashed wealth in their faces. Now, the next day, pilgrims arrived, holy men, wanderers with nothing to offer. They asked for spare food. The villagers, now sitting on every treasure of the world, denied them. The pilgrims walked on, and somewhere along the way, they heard about what the devil had done, so they changed their appearance. They went back, not as pilgrims, but as men with an offer. Give us food, and we will give you riches beyond what even the devil promised. The villagers fed them, better than they fed anyone, better than they fed themselves. The pilgrims ate, and when they were full, they pointed to a building. Every treasure of the world, they said, is inside. Every villager ran, trampling each other, desperate to be first. Inside the building, a Bible. They came back furious, ready to kill, but the pilgrims were gone. And that night, again, every villager slept famished. Here's what I want you to notice. The devil never deceived them. They knew who he was and still chose to serve him for a price. That is not deception. That is a bargain, a conscious exchange of integrity for comfort. The devil's philosophy is not chaos. It's economy. He understands one thing about human beings with terrifying precision. We do not respond to goodness. We respond to perceived gain. He didn't need to trick the villagers into sin. He just had to make sin profitable. Now, the pilgrims, the good ones, they came with nothing, and they were turned away because goodness, apparently, needs to dress up as the devil before it gets a seat at the table. Think about that. The pilgrims had to disguise themselves as tempters to be heard. They had to speak the language of greed, to deliver a message of truth. And what was inside the building? A Bible, a text, a mirror, not a punishment, not a trap, a reflection. The villagers stamped on each other to reach it. And when they found it, they were furious. But why? What were they actually angry about? That there was no gold? Or that they recognized themselves in what they found? This parable asks a devastating question. What does it say about a society when truth can only be delivered to the costume of a lie? And a second, quieter question on that I wrote this book to explore. Are we that village? There's a third thing most people miss in this parable. The villagers slept famished twice. Before the devil came, they had food. After the pilgrims left, they had treasure and still hunger. This is the central thesis of Last Genius Before Collapse. That we have become a civilization that is materially overloaded and spiritually starving. We are the village. We have every treasure in the world. We are building more every decade. And we are still eating less of what actually sustains us. Community, meaning, honesty, rest. The devil didn't take their food. He replaced their values with a price tag. And once you put a price on everything, nothing is sacred enough to share with a pilgrim. This parable is from my book, Last Genius Before Collapse, a collection of parables, meditations, and uncomfortable questions about where we are headed as a species. You can get my book from the link in the description. If this moves something in you, If it unsettled you a little, that was the intention. Drop your interpretation in the comments. I read everyone. And if you know someone who needs to hear this today, send it to them.